Hey there folks, and welcome to Harlequins News. My name is Mark and I'm here to bring you all the latest news, release info and event scheduling for Harlequins shops. It's still cold outside, but the release and event schedules are starting to heat up. We have a lot to get through, so let's crack on with it. So as usual, let's begin by looking at what's on this week at Harlequins, starting with Preston. As always, these events don't change from one week to the next, so please pause the video if you would like to read all of the information that is displayed. Details for any of these events can be found on the website. So this week sees the start of January's pre-release madness. This weekend sees Magic's pre-release happen, with Yu-Gi-Oh's and Pokemon's coming in the following weeks. Starting this Friday night, at midnight to be precise, we have the first Magic pre-release event for Ravnica Allegiance. As already mentioned, this event starts at midnight, so please make sure you're at the Preston store for 11 PM to get registered and set up. The entry fee is £20, which gets you a pre-release pack full of boosters to make a deck with. Winners and entrants will be awarded with promos and boosters, with top place getting the most boosters, but everyone getting at least one additional booster for taking part. Don't expect to get out of the shop before 4 AM though, if not later. Saturday sees a repeat of Friday's event, but at the more respectable time of 12 PM. So please make sure you're there for 11:30 AM to get registered. As it's a repeat, all the same info regarding prices and prizes applies. As I only said it a minute ago, I won't waste your time by repeating it. Especially as we have another event at Saturday evening starting at 5:30 PM. Again, please make sure that you're there for 5 PM to get registered and set up. Sunday morning, poor Tom will be flagging as he's back in again to run another Magic pre-release event starting at 12 PM. So please make sure you're there bright and early at 11:30 AM with coffee shots in hand to wake him up. As before, the entry fee and prices are the same, so I won't spend more time repeating them. Sunday evening sees a different event taking place. Oh no, sorry, it's another Ravnica Allegiance pre-release. This time, however, it's the team variant two-headed giant. So grab a buddy and have a go. If you're really lucky, you might even get a free win by playing against an exhausted Tom and Pagan. Just make sure that you're there for 5 PM to get registered for a 5:30 start. Again, price and prices are the same. Don't forget that while you're attending the pre-releases, you can pick up booster boxes for the lower Harlequins price of £79. They are usually £85 at Harlequins price. The offer is available while stocks last only. With that tiring schedule taken care of, let's look at what's going on in Blackpool. So here's what's on this week as usual in Harlequins Blackpool. Again, these are regular events, so please pause the video if you wish to read them all, and please check the website for more info. Well, if you thought the event schedule for Preston was bad, prepare to have history repeat itself for Blackpool, but with one exception: there's no midnight pre-release. Instead, Blackpool's busy schedule starts with Magic the Gathering's Ravnica Allegiance pre-release on Saturday afternoon at 12 PM, so please make sure you're there for 11:30 AM to get registered. In case you've skipped to this point in the video, the entry fee is £20, which gets you a pre-release pack full of boosters to make a deck with. Winners and entrants will be awarded with promos and boosters, with top place getting the most boosters, but everyone getting at least one additional booster for taking part. Moving to Saturday evening, we see a repeat of the earlier pre-release event starting at 5:30 PM, so please make sure you're there for 5 PM to get registered. Prices and entry fee are the same as the earlier pre-release event. Sunday sees a repeat of Saturday's shenanigans, with another Magic pre-release event starting at 12 PM. Again, please make sure you're there at 11:30 AM to get registered. As before, prices and entry remain the same. And finally, on Sunday evening, we get some variants the same as the Preston store, in that we have another pre-release event on, but this time it is a team event, Two-Headed Giant. So grab a friend and come and take part. Cost and prices remain the same as earlier events. As with Preston, don't forget that while you're attending the pre-releases, you can pick up booster boxes of Ravnica Allegiance for the lower Harlequins price of £79. Usually they are £85 at Harlequins price. The offer is available only while stocks last. And so our exhausting weekend in both stores comes to an end. With the events out the way, let's move on to what's coming up for card games. We have quite a few new releases for card games this week, and we have a lot of info for upcoming releases too. So let's get started with Dragon Ball Super CG themed booster TBO3 Clash of Fate. This is a 125 card set with boosters being £4 each. If you want to buy a box at Harlequins price, they are £85 each, and you'll get 24 boosters in a box. Next up we have Future Card Buddy Fight Ace Booster Pack Volume 3 True Awakening of Deities. This is an 88 card set and boosters are £3 each. If you want to buy a box at Harlequins price, they are £65 each and you get 30 boosters in a box. Lastly, for new card game releases this week, we have Card Fight Vanguard, the Answer of Truth Extra Booster. This smaller half set is 68 cards with boosters being £4 each. If you want to buy a box at Harlequins price, they are £40 each and you'll get 12 boosters in a box. So that's the new card game releases for this week, but what's coming up? So given the focused event schedule this week, it goes without saying that Magic the Gathering's Ravnica Allegiance is getting released next week, Friday the 25th to be exact. Boosters for this 259 card set will be £3 a pack, and if you missed out at pre-release then you can pick up booster boxes then for £85 each. Remember, if you buy a box at pre-release then you can get it for £79, but only while stocks last. The next big release after that is Yu-Gi-Oh! Savage Strike. Released on Thursday, January 31st, this 100 card set is £3 a booster. You get 24 boosters a box, and all for £55 at Harlequins price. Lastly, for major new card game releases is Pokemon Sun and Moon Team Up. This set has over 180 cards and is released February 2nd for £3 a booster. Should you want a booster box, then you'll get 36 boosters for Harlequins price of £95 a box. Phew, that about wraps up the card gaming section. Let's move on to the board game section. So we only have one release of note this week for board games, and that's Great Western Trail Rails to the North expansion. With this expansion, players deliver their herds to northeast United States, with stops in Chicago, Detroit, and New York City amongst other cities, in an effort to become the most successful cow rancher this side of the Mississippi. This expansion is £18.50 at Harlequins price. I have no new news of anything new coming out next week for board games, other than board games already been announced, that is. But there are groanings of a new game coming out in the future. Keep your eyes peeled to this news show to find out more when it stumbles into my sights. Let's just run out of here and see if the miniatures have a clue about what's going on. Onto the miniatures then, and as usual, GW is churning out a plethora of new releases this week. As mentioned last week, there was a new Warhammer 40,000 expansion coming out called Urban Conquest. This urban warfare themed box is £44 at Harlequins price. To go with this box release, there was also a Sector Imperialis Manufactorum scenery set being released for your troops to hide behind, £32 at Harlequins price. Continuing the Age of Sigmar Gloomspire Gitz launch, we have a few new releases. They are Rotgut Troggoths, £30 at Harlequins price. Sneaky Snufflers, £21.50 at Harlequins price. Mangler Squigs, £42.50 at Harlequins price. Dankhole Troggoth, £34 at Harlequins price. Gobbapalooza, £25 at Harlequins price. And finally the Loon Boss, £13.50 at Harlequins price. Moving on to upcoming from Games Workshop, we have a few new releases. As always, I apologise for lack of images, but GW will not allow us to advertise their own products. If you wish to see pictures, please visit the Warhammer community website. I will leave a link in the description box below. The following are releasing Saturday 26th. First off, we have a couple of Warhammer Underworlds Night Vault releases. We have Molog's Mob, £17.50 RRP, and Godsworn Hunt, £17.50 RRP. These two factions both get their own sleeves, £5 each RRP, and also their own dice, £6 each RRP. There is also the first ever expansion coming out for Adeptus Titanicus this week, Titan Death. This will be £22 RRP. Released at the same time is a Reaver Battle Titan with Melter Cannon and Chain Fist. The RRP on this item is £35. And lastly, for upcoming for GW, there are a couple of Lord of the Rings releases. There is the Gondor at War rulebook, £30 RRP, and also the 3 Hunters miniature set, £25 RRP. Before I finish with the GW for this week, I just want to remind everyone of the price increase I mentioned in last week's news video. There is a price increase coming for Games Workshop products on February 4th. In some cases this price increase is up to 20%, so if you would like something that is currently out, I strongly suggest you buy it now and save yourself some money. And that's everything for Games Workshop this week. As mentioned last week, there is a brand new game coming out called Warlords of Erewhon. I have a little more information this week and a couple of pictures to show you. As mentioned last week, this seems to be a warband centered game, with the idea that you can use any existing fantasy models from any other miniatures line. But details are slim as to whether this is a skirmish game, like Malifaux, or more in line with slightly larger games like Age of Sigmar. Based on two of the launch releases, I'm guessing it's more like Age of Sigmar's warband feel. Again, I'll let you know more details as they are released to me. So first up, for release for Warlords of Erewhon, we have the Warlords of Erewhon rulebook. This hardback rulebook comes with all the rules you need to play, as well as a limited edition miniature, while stocks last. This will be £27 at Harlequins price. At the same time as the rulebook's release, Warlord are releasing a couple of ready-made warbands to get you started should you wish to purchase them. Children of the Hydra's Teeth, great name by the way, is a 91 model strong skeleton host, containing both metal and plastic miniatures. This is £45 at Harlequins price. If you do not wish to buy a full warband straight away, Warlord are also releasing a Skeleton Warriors miniatures box containing 24 plastic skeletons. Harlequins price £16. To combat the skeleton hordes, there is Asbad's Orc Horde. Like the Children of the Hydra's Teeth box set, this is a 91 model strong Orc menace, containing both metal and plastic miniatures. This box set is £45 at Harlequins price. Just as the skeletons, there is a smaller Orc box set being released also. The Orc Warband box also contains 24 plastic orcs and is also £16 at Harlequins price. And that just about wraps up the miniatures section. So, back to me. So there you go then folks, thank you so much for sticking with me. We had a lot to cover this week. As always, I genuinely hope that you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider throwing us a like, and don't be afraid to share it with others who you think might benefit from knowing what's going on at Harlequins. As always, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell to help keep you up to date with all the latest videos from Team Harlequins. But for now, that's everything, so I will bid you all adieu. Bye bye folks.